Hi guys, today I'm interviewing Mark Fuller, owner and proprietor of several restaurants, bars and luxurious hotels worldwide. Now we've managed to prize Mark off his phone to catch up with us at his central London boutique hotel, the Sanctum in Soho. With its luxurious rooms, private cinema and cool laid-back rooftop terrace bar, the Sanctum is the perfect spot to catch up with one of London's most respected characters in the hospitality business. We're on the Sanctum, we're on the rooftop at the Sanctum.
We are.
And we're talking to Mark Fuller here. Now, Mark, since the 2009 documentary done by the BBC, which was called Rock and Roll Hotel.
Indeed it was.
About the making of this fine place and the havoc that happened.
Yes.
And the organisational skills.
It's still standing. It's still standing and standing quite well, actually.
And the beds have arrived.
The beds have arrived, the doors have arrived. We've had, I mean, it's ridiculous. I can't get a room in my own hotel.
Tell us a bit more about the concept.
The concept of Sanctum is to be an exclusive boutique hotel, very much geared towards the rock and roll industry or the music industry, to be fair. You don't have to be in a rock band to be here, but you want to have to live like a rock star. The whole point about it is exclusive. A lot of our people that stay here really enjoy the fact that there's not hundreds of paparazzi outside and we're not telling stories. A lot of hotels now. Hotels are the new social nightclub. You know, you don't have to go home, you can get a drink late, you can get a drink all night, you know, you've got a private area you can go to, you can sleep, you can get up in the morning, you don't have to get into a smelly cab, you don't have to pay huge amounts of money to go home badly. You know, the whole thing is, it's a lot cooler than, you know, hanging out in a nightclub till 3 o'clock in the morning and then having to go home.
So which brings me on to my next point, which is we're on the rooftop at the moment, the rooftop bar at the Sanctum Hotel, and to the right you can see there's a jacuzzi. To the left we have excellent decking area, we've got a fantastic service, and it's open 24/7.
It is indeed.
Now why have you not opened it up to the public, and why can the general public not get a membership?
Well, we don't do membership because the whole idea about this hotel is it is a secret that only a few people know. Obviously, from a legal point of view, you've got to be a resident or a guest of a resident to hang out here, and that's the way we want to keep it, because you know we don't want to be a nightclub, we don't want to be a bar, we don't want to be anything else. We want to be a social scene. You know, the ethos is on the style of living and everything else, and 24 hours is, you know, every hotel in London has, or in the world has, a 24-hour license, but the reality is we want it for our special guests. You know, it's built for 60 people, we've got 30 rooms. You know, if everybody's got a pal staying, that's 60 people anyway. By the time you got a few guests, you couldn't get any more people here, and the sort of people that we have, I mean, we've had everybody, you know, Liam Gallagher likes to hang out here, you know, a Pussycat Doll, somebody from Iron Maiden, you know, a Motley Crue, Richard Kerr, you know, you name it, and there's you know, sometimes you come up here and there's the most bizarre, eclectic mix of music, acting, comedians, TV and film people.
I've seen Noel Gallagher here.
Yeah, I've seen him here quite often. You know, it's quite extraordinary, quite extraordinary. And so we feel that, you know, people enjoy it as an exclusive place. If you start doing memberships and you start charging for memberships and stuff like that, you know, whilst you vet memberships and stuff like that, people start to begin to use it like a club, not as a social scene, which is what the hotel's all about. You know, we love the fact that, you know, Kimberly Wyatt from the Pussycat Dolls stays here and she can get up in her slippers and wander into the kitchen and make herself a cup of Horlicks, you know. That's part and parcel of what we do. You start making it as a commercial concern and effectively charging for memberships and all that, it changes it and it changes the ethos, and we don't want to do it.
But it loses that sort of rock and roll edge, doesn't it?
Well, it does, because it's about, you know, I think there's a much better thing about who you know. It's not what you know, it's who you know to get up here. That means that you've got every chance of coming up here and actually knowing people, right, which is what really a little club is. You know, it's a place where like-minded people like to meet and talk and this, that and the other. So we've created our own little social hotel club.
Indeed.
We like that.
And thank you for the membership.
Yeah.
Even if it was an admin error.
Oh, that one, I missed that one, didn't I? Yeah.
All right, anyway, going on to next thing I want to talk about is your luxurious venture in Dubai.
Ah, yes, the lovely Embassy Dubai, 4.5 years in the making. In the Grosvenor House Hotel, which is really an excellent operation because, you know, it's run by Starwood Hotels. They've got a really strangely European ethos in the middle of Dubai, with a consideration to what goes on there, given it's a Muslim country. And you know, already they have the Buddha Bar there, they have Gary Rhodes there, we now have Toro Toro there, and of course we have the Embassy Club in the top 3 floors of Tower 2. Opens towards the end of this year. The grand launch is November the 16th, day after, or a couple of days after the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It's quite spectacular. Views across the Palm, views down across downtown Dubai. Again, a return to what we used to call a supper club, very much gauged upon, rather than dancing and getting crazy and supping champagne from the neck and all that sort of stuff. It's really, really geared, on my view, is the affordable and the glamorous side of what we once used to call nightclubs, which I don't believe are as glamorous as they are around the world now. Based around food, so you turn up, you have a great cocktail, you have some great food. It's not a posy place because it's great food that's accessible food. And then you can go hang out in the bars, you can go and sit down, you can go and have some breakfast, you can go and have a little dance, and again, a place where people would like to meet, talk, and have a good night out. I mean, I think in this day and age, it's really important to have, you know, to feel glamorous when you're going out. It doesn't matter whether you've got millions or not millions, you want to have a special night out. And part and parcel of what we do at the Sanctum and at the Embassy and even our fish restaurants, Gilles, is you give people a night where they go, I had a great night out. And food is really, really important as part of that.
Well, it seems that you're really tapping into that feel of a community where people can go out and people can converse.
Yeah, listen, I think social media, we have lost it, and we've lost it for a long time. You know, there's been for too long, it's been a place to be seen, right? I think, you know, to be seen and spend money. Spending money doesn't make you a better person, right? You know, enjoying yourself, you know, life's too short, right? We should let, you know, the great thing that for the customer that's happened in the last few years with the change in the economic construction of the world is that we really, really, really have to fight hard to make sure the customer really knows that we value their money that they're spending with us. And the only way we can do that, given we're in the entertainment, is deliver great food, deliver great drinks, and deliver a great atmosphere. And the reality of delivering a great atmosphere is it's got to be a lot of people that like to talk to each other. A great night out, I mean, there's not many places you go, well, I went to this, Friday night at a club and I had a great night out. A great night out is a social scene, right? And it's very, very important, you know. And I think what's happening is for a long time people have forgotten that. There's a lot of venues that perhaps are not as good at food or drink than other venues that are busier because there's a social scene. Now they've got a battle on because people are now realising that the good places are going, hey, we've got to create that social scene. You and I would far rather go to a place where we knew people, where we could go hang out. This is what used to happen when I first started going to nightclubs. You could literally go on your own to somewhere and know you'd meet people that you know. And even if you didn't meet people you know you'd meet people that, you know, have the same idea of having a good night out. Hopefully they had a short skirt, but there you go.
No, it's very true. That's why we do, we're very keen to do our pre-parties because we believe that taking everyone to a nightclub, it's, you know, you're shouting
it's changed,
each other.
Things have changed.
You do your pre-party beforehand, people get to know each other, you start to develop friendships and relationships, and then you can all go to a club and then let off steam.
That's right.
It's a perfect concept.
Well, I do think so, but I do think that, you know, what we're doing now with, you know, we're relaunching the Embassy in London, and we are creating, we have a great new chef going in, can't tell you yet, can probably tell you tomorrow. We're developing a great new concept there, which is going back to a supper and members club. You know, we have Le Baron going into the basement, so gone is the dance floors with ubiquitous flashing lights and strobes and smoke machines and everything else. Much more of a social scene. The whole idea is that you come to the new Embassy, which is the same as the Embassy in Dubai, Embassy Mayfair. You know, you turn up, you have a great cocktail, you sit down, you have some food. The other thing that we're going to be doing in London is for the first time, I mean, the ridiculous thing about London is as a capital city, you're hard pressed to get something to eat past 10:30, somewhere decent, unless you want McDonald's or you want a Chinese. Or of course a curry. We're serving till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, full meals. You can turn up, and the whole point about it is to change the way people think about London. So instead of what can I do after 11 o'clock, I've got to go to somewhere, pay a lot of money to go past a red rope and feel ripped off and not be very happy. So that the social scene will continue past the pre-openings and everything else, and you will now have. My belief in London is 3 styles. You'll have the food-related places where you can go, you can hang out, you can drink champagne, or you can sip coffee till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, with music that kind of sounds, you know, which is kind of cool and all that sort of stuff. You'll have the members clubs where you can go and meet people and everything else, and then you'll have the large danceterias. We all like a dance every now and again, so, you know, but There was for a long time we've combined the whole thing together. Nowadays, you know, the only thing you can combine together really is food and good times.
Final thing, for your launches, your various launches that are going around the world.
Yeah.
Which ones of your well-known friends are you going to be dragging down to there?
It's a difficult one, you know.
Drop some names for us.
Yeah, okay. Listen, I've worked this year with everybody, through Black Eyed Peas to Prince Harry to, Bon Jovi to God, you know, everybody in this hotel this year. Everybody, sorry, yes, in this hotel we've had Jessica Lowndes, Kimberly Wire, Motley Crue, Gene Simmons from Kiss has just booked in, Charlie Simpson. I mean, it just goes up and down like even Anton Deck. At the moment we're talking.
Do let them in.
They live around the corner. They always come wandering. They're very small. You can't notice. I don't know, to be honest with you, because the thing now is I've got to get together and find out what's going on. There's a lot of people that will be coming over to Dubai, from Nicole Scherzinger through to Kimberly Wyatt, through to maybe even Alice Cooper, strangely. Tom Jones is in town, so I've asked him if he wants to fancy to pop across. I'm a great believer if you let it go to the last minute and see us around, because nobody ever makes it on time anyway. Listen, when we opened Embassy Beach Club in Portugal, and the night before I had 6 people coming out with me on a plane. By the time I hit the plane, I had 1. You know, they got drunk, they fell over, they forgot their passports, they forgot their visas, they got this, that and the other, they got colds and everything. You know, hey, there you go.
Well, you do roll with the punches.
Yeah, roll with the punches, but I always get up again.
Very good. Yeah. Mark, thank you very much for your time.
You're most welcome.
It's been very enjoyable.
There you go. Should we have a drink now?
Why not?